Hi dear children, good morning. And today we are going on with the continuation of the previous class. The other day we were dealing with a beautiful story named as The Little Girl. Hope you remember the story. There was a little girl who was scared of her father, and later when something happens, she started loving her father and then started understanding the difficulties her father was facing and was trying to stop comparing her father with that of Mr. MacDonald. So all those things, hope you remember and hope you understood the lesson very well. Now let's go with the exercise part. And the first part, it is a question answer part. As you also know, the answers will be shared to you after the class. And then the next one is thinking about the language here. Here the first exercise is completing the sentences using the synonyms of happy suitably. So you have to complete that as a homework, and the next one is to understand the different ways of usages of the word big. That all parts you have to do as a homework and to submit me before 6 o'clock today itself. And now we are going on with the verbs of reporting. Reporting verbs means those verbs which we are using when we are reporting a dialogue. Here this is a dialogue. I tore the paper, she said. And the reported speech is she said that she tore the paper. We can use either she said that she tore the paper, or we can use another way also, she said that she had torn the paper. As it is simple past, I am using it directly in simple past itself. And now when we are continuing, there is another term named as the reporting clause. This part, which is not mentioning about the dialogue part, is the reporting clause. And there you can see a verb also. That verb is known as the reporting verb. Hope you understood it in the second sentence. This part, he asked me, is the reporting clause, and the verb asked is called as the reporting verb. Hope you understood this. There is an exercise for you to complete by identifying and underlining the reporting verbs in page number 40. The previous exercise was in page number 39. And then the second exercise is to use the words correctly to fill in the blanks. Those two exercises are also homeworks for you. You have to do all these things in your text and to share the page number 39 and 40 to make sure that you have completed the homework. That must be done before 6 o'clock today. Now let's go with the continuation. There is a speaking task.
Speaking, the first question. This story is not an Indian story, but do you think there are fathers, mothers and grandparents
portrayed in the story in our country? You have to say your answer. If you want, you can write it down, no problem, but at the same time you have to make it as an audio file and send it to me. The second question. Was Kezia's father right to punish her? What kind of a person was he? Some words are given here describing person, people, and you have to use these words given in the box suitably to describe the father, and you have to make it as a audio note and send it to me as a speaking task.
There are two small exercise parts to go on with speaking. You have to do that. If you want, you can write in your notebook or in a paper and then read it. Otherwise also it's not a problem. Somehow you have to record your answer as an audio and send it to me. Hope you understood what you have to do there. You have to record it. Record the answer of these two questions and send it to me as an audio file. You can have it in a single file or have it in two files. Not at all a problem. And the next one is a writing task.
Writing. Has your life been different from or similar to that of Kezia when you were a child? Has your perception about your parents changed now? Do you find any change in your parents' behavior? Vice versa yours? Who has become more understanding? What steps would you like to take to build a relationship based on understanding? Write 3 or 4 paragraphs, 150 to 200 words, discussing these issues from your own experiences. Here you have to answer all these questions, maybe like in one paragraph each, and you have to make it as an essay of about 150 to 200 words. Write this in your notebook and share it to me before 6 p.m. today.
Hope you understood what you have to do here. All the 6 homeworks you have to do and complete it. The first 4 you can do in the text itself, and the next 2, the 5th one is an audio, and the 6th one you have to write in your notebook and share it with me. Hope you understood it. And now we have a little bit more to discuss in the part of grammar. Okay, the next part is about adjectives. Hope you remember the adjectives which are formed by adding ly into adverbs. Hope you remember this, you have learned in the lower classes. For example, happy plus ly equals happily. And then another word is by adding ing. That is also framing another way of adjectives. Interesting book. And then the one which we have to discuss in the lesson, related to the lesson, is by using the comparative or superlative degrees. And the examples are the most beautiful flower, a bit louder. When we are adding them into sentence, rose is the most beautiful flower. Can you speak a bit louder? Those things are also a part of the lesson, and these are also a part of the adjectives. Hope you understood it. This is there in the workbook, words and expressions. If you have your workbook, words and expressions with you, try to complete the first lesson, first unit in the words and expressions, which is related to the first unit in our English textbook, and try to complete it within this week. You have enough time to complete. Try to complete small activities and complete it. You have enough space given in the text itself. You don't have to think about a notebook. Hope you understood this topic, and we are going for the next lesson, that is a beautiful poem. Here we are going on with the next lesson. That's a beautiful poem, and the name of the poem is The Rain on the Roof, written by Cord Skinney. The poem is an experience of the poet when it rains. The poet, how he feels when it rains. That's what the poem is explaining. The poet says that rain is taking him into his old memories about his mother, how he was being loved by the mother, how he and his siblings were being cared during the rainy season and other seasons by his mother. All those things he is having that deep in his mind, the beautiful memories. That memories are coming back when the rainy season is coming, when he can hear the raindrops pitter-pattering on the top of his roof. So that's what the poet is telling throughout this poem, and I'm going to read the first stanza of the poem. Listen to me and read with me now.
Rain on the Roof by Cord Skinney. When the sky is covered with dark clouds and it starts raining, have you ever listened to the patter of soft rain on the roof? What thoughts flashed through your mind as you heard this melody of nature? Read the poem to find out what the poet dreams of while listening to the rain. Cord Skinney, born on November 14, 1826, died on January 25, 1904, was an American lawyer, a politician, journalist, and a poet who wrote Rain on the Roof. The first stanza. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Let's have a look at the new words. Humid shadows means the dark clouds that produce rain. Hover means remain in the sky. And starry spheres means the night sky full of stars. Melancholy means sadness.
In the first stanza, the poet is telling that the dark clouds which are bringing rain, when they are spreading in the night sky which is full of stars, and when the sadness The poet says that the darkness of the night is a symbol of the sadness of the night. And the poet is telling that when this darkness or when the sadness is coming to fall down like tears, when the rain started to pitter patter, the poet is comparing it with the tears of the sky and the night. That's a really beautiful comparison. When the poet is able to hear the pitter pattering of the beautiful raindrops on the rooftop, he always wanted to be keeping his head on the pillow in his cottage bed, laying calm and quiet and listening to that beautiful sound and having those beautiful memories which he had in the past. That's all about the first stanza. Now we'll go for the second stanza. Listen and read with me now.
Second stanza. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start, and 1,000 recollections wave their air threads into wove, and I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Tinkle meaning is the slight sound of water drops falling on the roof. Shingle means the short surface, the rooftop. And then the next word is dreamy fancies. Those memories, beautiful memories and the fancies or the imagination. And the next word is woof. Woof means yarn.
In the second stanza, the poet is telling that every tinkle on the shingle has an echo on the heart of the poet. All the water drops which are falling into the rooftop, they are making an echo in the heart. And that echo is making the poet into those numerous memories, thousands of memories which he has related to the previous time. The poet is telling about those wonderful memories. The poet is continuously telling that whenever he listens to the pitter pattering of the raindrops on the rooftop, his mind will always go back to those beautiful memories. And now let's go with the third stanza. Listen and read.
Third stanza. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years ago, to regard the darling dreamers, ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Let's have a look at the new words. Agon means ago. Means before. Refrain means stop one from doing something.
Here the poet is mentioning a few of those beautiful memories which he had in his past. He says that those beautiful memories are all connected with his loving mother. It all happened very long ago, the poet agrees that. And the mother loved him very much and his siblings also. And he was being called darling with love. And he says that he used to get permission to sleep even in the early morning also. When it is very cold, it's very nice to sleep. In the rainy season, early in the morning, if it rains, it's very nice to sleep under the blanket. Right? Now the poet is remembering those beautiful days where his mother permitted him and his siblings to sleep under blanket. The beautiful time, the memorable time. And then the poet says the beautiful look and the care which the mother gave him. She was caring that much deeply that she never wanted her children to get cold or other diseases because of rain. Our parents are also like that, no? They also care us very much that will make us far away from the diseases. They'll try that much hard. If we are having a slight disease also, they'll try to find out a solution for that or will take us to the hospital. So that care and love the poet remembers even now, which the mother was giving him. And the poet says it once again, whenever I can hear the pitter pattering of the raindrops on the rooftop of my cottage, I will be thinking about those beautiful memories. Hope you understood the beautiful poem. The poet is always remembering about those beautiful memories at the time when he was spending his childhood with his siblings, being loved by his mother. That's what is the poem telling throughout. Hope you understood the beautiful poem Rain on the Roof. And we are going to the next lesson, the unit number 4, and the first lesson, A Truly Beautiful Mind. This is about a great legend, Albert Einstein. Hope you know the great legend Albert Einstein. We're going for the lesson now. Listen to the first paragraph. I'm going to read now.
A truly beautiful mind. Who do you think of when you hear the word genius? Who's a genius? What qualities do you think a genius has? We shall now read about a young German civil servant who took the world by storm about 100 years ago. In the summer of 1905, the 26-year-old published in quick succession 4 groundbreaking papers about light, the motion of particles, the electrodynamics of moving bodies, and energy. His work took up only a few pages in scientific journals, but changed forever our understanding of space, time, and the entire cosmos, and transformed the name Einstein into a synonym for genius. Paragraph number 1. Albert Einstein was born on 14 March 1879 in the German city of Ulm without any indication that he was destined for greatness. On the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak. To her, his head seemed much too large.
In the first paragraph, it says that Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879. Please be very careful about the year and the date, because this may be coming for choice questions. So be very sure about the year, month and date. And then his birthplace was in Germany and the name of the town was Ulm. So when he born, there was no evidence, there was not even a single symptom that in the coming future he is going to be named as such a genius person. But instead he was a very calm and cool man, and his mother felt that he will be a freak only. What is the meaning of freak? The meaning is given here, freak, a word to say disapprovingly about a person's qualities, which means it shows a negative quality of a person. Now his mother thought that he is going to be a freak and not going to be a success at all. But one thing his mother noticed was his head was bigger than that of a normal child. That's all about the first paragraph. I'm going to read the next one. Listen and read with me the second paragraph.
Second paragraph. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking. When he finally did learn to speak, he uttered everything twice. Einstein did not know what to do with other children, and his playmates called him Brother Boring. So the youngsters played by himself much of the time. He especially loved mechanical toys. Looking at his newborn sister Maja, he is said to have said, "Fine, but where are her wheels?"
At the age of 2.5 also, he was not very much able to speak well. And once when he started speaking, he was saying everything twice, repeatedly. And he was not very much interested to play with his friends and siblings. So his friends and siblings called him as Brother Boring. He loved to play with mechanical things. And once when he got a small sister, he loved looking at the baby. But at the same time, he had only one question which he was really getting confused. What is that? Where is the wheels of the baby? He was thinking that this is also a mechanical toy which is given to him by his parents. That's really funny, no? And that's all about the second paragraph. I'm going to the third. Listen to me now and read with me.
Third paragraph. A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter because he will never make a success at anything. Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to. He later became a gifted amateur violinist, maintaining his skill throughout his life.
His headmaster, Einstein's headmaster, once told his father, Einstein's father, that whatever profession Einstein is choosing, it is not going to be a problem, because the headmaster said that he was very sure whatever profession Einstein was going to choose, he was not going to be a great success in that. His parents would be really angry or sad about what the headmaster said. But was it really happening like that? No. Einstein had become the synonym for genius. And at the age of 6, Einstein's mother made him to learn violin. He started learning violin because of his mother's compulsion, but he learned all those beautiful notes in violin that he continued playing it tremendously, extraordinarily, and he maintained the skill throughout his life. He was such a beautiful violinist. And I'm going to read the next paragraph. Listen, the fourth paragraph.
Fourth paragraph. But Albert Einstein was not a bad pupil. He went to high school in Munich, where Einstein's family had moved when he was 15 months old, and scored good marks in almost every subject. Einstein hated the school's regimentation and often clashed with his teachers. At the age of 15, Einstein felt so stifled that he left the school for good.
Whatever the headmaster or the other teachers were telling, it was very sure that Einstein was not a very bad child, because Einstein went to his high school in Munich. Einstein and his family reached in Munich when Einstein was 15 months old, and he started studying there for his high schools, and he scored very high marks for his high school exams. But whatever is the condition, whether he was working hard or not, he was not able to adjust with the strictness, the rules and all those things of the school, the pattern of the school. And at the age of 15, Einstein stopped schooling for his good. He said goodbye to school and turned into his world. That's all about the lesson for the day. Hope you understood the lesson, and we'll continue the lesson next day. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you. Have a nice day.